characters are weak and detestable. And that's the reason why they have to take this deal from the radical left-wing cult, which says you can call yourself a good person, just repeat the correct lines.
So what?
I showed you the ID.
You do what?
I showed you the ID.
Could you let me see the ID
Bro,
again?
why can't this woman speak properly? But also she could hear what she's saying. It's a tactic of degenerate women to do things like this. It'd be like, what? I mean, she sounds like she's squawking like a bird.
Showed you the
Could
ID.
you let me see the ID?
What the fuck? It's an honest, serious question. What's gone wrong in the culture to cause this interaction? The left-wing ideology preys on low verbal IQ, effeminate personalities who are essentially estranged from reality. The left is in shambles, and the winds coming from the right are happening faster than the left is able to react to them. It's incredible what a couple ultra high IQ young men employed by Elon Musk are capable of doing, not just in terms of dismantling the propaganda arm, the pseudo mafia radical left-wing arm of leftist influence, but also in terms of enraging the psyches of degenerate women. There is a hilarious video that's going around. Let me see if I can find it for you guys. Here it is, of notable left-wing figurehead women who are orders of magnitude lower IQ than all the Doge employees, getting upset trying to play victimized games with this guy who's just tired of their shenanigans, standing at the front door. I'm going to show you this video in a second, but I also want to point out all federal employees at USAID have until tonight to resign or be fired. And it's so juicy because you understand that the reason they're losing their jobs is because they're incompetent. They've been judged as incompetent by the world's most competent man who's accomplished what governments couldn't in space travel. And is also the embodiment of capitalism and ultimate competence. Bro, it could not be better. You have ultra competent men winning and selecting for ultra competent so that society benefits, and degenerate low IQ, feminine, incompetent people protesting. It's glorious. It's glorious. The feminine psyches are melting down unilaterally. We have a woman in front of police officers, basically assaulting them, trying to degrade an American flag, replace her home country's flag with it. People really don't think things through anymore. You're not thinking things through when you're a 24-year-old Mexican nationalist named Crystal Aguilar and you get arrested in a national park for cutting down an American flag, throwing it in the mud, and then praising Mexico. Like, you really, really are just looking to be a victim, but you don't realize that we don't mind ignoring that game that you're playing because we know it's counterfeit. It's not real. It's an insufficient game. We're not going to play it. Just like we don't care about playing their insufficient games here.
Look them in the eye. Come on, hold your face up.
Look how low IQ this is. Look how low IQ this blank is.
Look at him. Let him see you. This is him. Look at it. What's your name?
Like, they still think they're the righteous ones. They still think they have the virtue. It's hilarious because they've been judged brutally by the majority of Americans, every single swing state. But the reason why they perpetuate this fiction in their heads is because they can't fathom having to earn authentic virtue via being a good person and using logic and reason to interface with reality. They only believe in adhering to their cult, to their ideology, which says reality is subjective. Everything's a construct. We can say that communism is good, even though it's the worst ideology ever. This is how they operate.
Tell us your name. Give me that ID again.
And this is a dichotomy. This is an archetypal representation of the world now, where most people, literally most people, are done playing the games of these total frauds. These people are very weak. Their characters are weak and detestable. And that's the reason why they have to take this deal from the radical left-wing cult, which says you can call yourself a good person, just repeat the correct lines.
So what?
I showed you the ID.
You do what?
I showed you the ID.
Could you let me see the ID again?
Bro, why can't this woman speak properly? But also she could hear what she's saying. It's a tactic of degenerate women to do things like this. It'd be like, what? I mean, she sounds like she's squawking like a bird.
Showed you the
Could you
ID.
let me see the ID
What the fuck?
again? Could you let me see the ID again? Huh?
No.
No? Will someone else ask him for the ID? Will you ask him for it? He won't let me see it again. You didn't see it.
I haven't
You didn't
seen
see
it.
it.
I
They
haven't
didn't
seen
see
it.
it. Look them in.
Dude, so you see the incompetent, like right here. Look at this. Like, why are these three women right here involved in politics? Why? It's an honest, serious question. What's gone wrong in the culture to cause this interaction? The left-wing ideology preys on low verbal IQ, effeminate personalities who are essentially estranged from reality. That's what's happening. That's what I've been talking about in many of my recent videos, because it's not just tragic, it's sort of a terroristic psyop against women, where the deal is, hey, you can call yourself a good person, you can call yourself a victim, which a lot of women want to do, if we're being totally honest. They want to be a victim because it's in alignment with their biological programming of not wanting to take responsibility for reality. And if you can call yourself a victim, you can basically say, I don't have to take responsibility for anything. This is the plight of most liberal women, the plight of most leftist women, the plight of most women who are single and childless, who have demonized masculinity. So it's really a wide swath of women that could fall into this category of being easily exploited by the left. If you hate masculinity, if you're easily tricked, if you're emotional, if you don't want to take accountability for things. I mean, that there, what I just described, encapsulates about 70% of women. And if you look at if only women were to vote, it's about 70% would vote blue, if not maybe 75. So you can see clearly how the modern political landscape is deteriorating. But Elon Musk is completely correct when he tweets this. This is the Democrat Party as a result of what I just described. So they are completely losing. This is the Democrat Party. I think their approval rating is at 31% because everyone can tell they're playing counterfeit game. We're still fighting serious battles though, because this channel is censored. The control apparatuses for sharing free speech, they want to keep a lot of people quelled. They want to crush humanity. They're still satanic. If you're watching, you should count yourself very lucky. Share this video, subscribe, hit the bell so that you remember or reminded rather when future videos come out so you can watch them, because my videos on YouTube literally get less than 30 views, and on X they get thousands of views. YouTube censors heavily. So yeah. Also, if you want to support, since YouTube has demonetized us, click the link in the description and become a member. It helps wage war against the forces of evil. This is very important. I'll see you guys in the next video.